Hello and welcome back to the Critically Clueless. I'm the Monk, and of course today's video is going to be another one within Warband. We're going to be looking at raiding castles. This is kind of like a beginner's guide, a strategy guide for how to raid your first castle, or for what you should be looking at troop wise, what you're going to be needing when raiding a castle. Also, what I think are the best units for raiding these castles once and if you do get them within the game. Now, obviously, I am quite far into my game. I have an army size of 150. This is also for console players. I am playing native, so if you guys are looking for some kind of information with mod ideas, this probably isn't going to be the video for you. But if you do end up learning something or finding this video entertaining, don't forget to hit that like button and of course subscribe to the channel. Now, as you can see here, I've brought up the stats of an infantryman. Now, this is a Swandian sergeant. As you can see, he has 14 strength, 57 health, a good amount of health there, and he does deal a good amount of power too. When you are attacking castles, this is the type of troop that you're going to want to be bringing with you. You're going to wanting to be bringing infantrymen. Even this guy right here, even a Swandian footman is going to be the type of guy that you want to bring. Now, as you can see, his strength is nowhere near that of the sergeant. His health is a little bit down, and he doesn't have the weapons that he has either, but those are the stats you want to be looking at. Infantry work really well because you're going to have to do a lot of hand-to-hand combat in order to break through those front lines when you're charging that ladder, or when you're on that siege tower and that bridge drops and you've got to do that run across. You're going to need some heavy hitters to get in there and actually take out those initial troops. Especially if, Lord forbid, at the beginning of the game, you are attacking the Nords. The Nords, in my opinion, have the hardest castles to raid. Now, the Swandian Knights are some of the best troops in the game. They probably are the best troop on horseback. However, there is one troop that is slightly better than it, and that is the Nord Huskies. If you can, I would highly recommend taking these guys with you on castle raids. Now, they do not have the strength that the other knights have, but look at that health, the iron flesh, the power strikes, just out of this world. They also pack axes which go through and break shields a lot quicker than a sword as well. These guys are going to get through those starting lines very, very quickly, guys. And to be honest with you, it's probably a better idea taking them. Those guys just don't like to die, and save your Swandian Knights for the actual field. Now, on top of that, you are going to be wanting to take some sharpshooters or archers. You kind of need these because at the beginning, you're going to be, especially if you're in the siege tower, it takes a while for you guys to actually get that siege tower to lower in a bridge and you guys marching. Therefore, if you've got a load of archers, I like the Rhodiac sharpshooters. They are just exceptional and considered by many the best sharpshooters, archers, ranged unit in the game. They can soften the enemy, take a few troops out before you even get to that stage of doing the hand-to-hand combat. Now, I've tried a number of different setups, but I do think a mixed bag works best. Infantry and ranged units. You need a good mixture so that way you can do some damage beforehand, and you can also set up your archers and get a few of them following you. You can place them in a good place to help support your infantry in taking out those waves upon waves of enemies. And of course, another tip would be to make sure you come well prepared. Make sure you have enough food on you, because sometimes you're going to be having to build siege towers, and unless you have put points into engineering, it can take a very long time, guys. So make sure you've got enough army for your food for at least up to 3 days. I think the longest I've ever had to wait is 3-4 days. So just make sure you have enough, because the last thing you want is your morale to tank before you actually even get into battle. You could maybe even have some deserters. It's not good. Now, although it's definitely possible just to sit back and allow your army to essentially win this war and this castle for you, I would highly recommend you find a way through those ranks, maybe even attack them from the rear, and most definitely attack the archers as soon as you can. Now, normally to the left and to the right of the ladders, you will have kind of archer nests and groups of archers that are going to be attacking all of your troops going up the ladder or going across the bridge. So if you take them out, you're going to save yourself a lot of troops. And once you have taken them out, you've then got a little bit of freedom yourself, because you're not going to be being shot from left, right and center. You then can focus on attacking the enemy from behind, or of course managing to pull a small portion of your troops off with you in order to attack from a different angle. And hopefully, if you take those tips on board, you shouldn't have any problem taking over your first castle. Now, taking over your first castle, I guess the easiest troops to actually get are going to be the Swandian Knights. They are the best land troop in the game. You're going to get them very easily, especially if you're getting them very quickly. And I tend to find that they are quicker to train than Northern Huskies. I tend to find that if you have a group of, say, 50 units, that small group should be strong enough then to take on a decent castle with, say, 150 to 250 troops, depending on how good you are at combat yourself. And as you can see here, I only lost one person. 4 were injured because that was my companions, and I only lost one person in that whole battle. Honestly, this was down to quality. I went into this fight with very, very good quality troops, and that's why I had such low casualties. If you go in with low tier quality troops, they are going to die very, very quickly. Now, Mount & Blade Warband is a very, very complicated game. If I haven't explained anything quite right, or maybe you just want to chat about Warband in general for more tips and tricks, or maybe you have the best tip to share yourselves, don't forget to comment down below. Any questions or comments of your own. I also have an active and growing Discord. If you want to join that and have a little chat, the link will be down in the description. And don't forget, if you've enjoyed this video and want to see more just like it, don't forget to hit that like button, and of course subscribe to the channel. It really is the best way to show me that you guys are actually enjoying this content and want to see more just like it. But until next time, I've been the Monk, we've been Critically Clueless, and I'll see you in the next video real soon.